Welcome, Pritam, for joining with us today for the interview of Vietnamese New Generation TV. Could you share about yourself, your road to Web3, and what you are building?
Yes, thanks for having me. So it's my first trip to Vietnam. So what we're building, so I started my journey, in Web3 back in 2018. We are kind of a digital asset cybersecurity company. We help protocols, chains, exchanges into cybersecurity. And why we're doing it, in Web3, the code is open source, like anyone can see it. But in Web 2, if any hackers is coming, they are only going with the data, right? But here the code is open source and the code is the money, like money is locked in the code. So that's why so many hacks are happening daily in Web 3 space. So as a cybersecurity company, we are making sure there is less bugs, less hacks. We're doing it from last 7 years. Work with around 1,500 plus startups. That's what we do. We are making Web 3 more safer place.
Yeah, I can see that. Could you share more about like the Web3 security and why it's so need for the any Web3 project and
Okay, yeah.
product?
So as I said, right, Web3 plus cybersecurity is very interesting. Uh, as code is very open source, right? And even as a hacker, I can see the code of a 3 billion or 5 billion TVL any protocol, like how is their smart contract written, and if there any bug is there, a single bug is there, I can just take out the full money out of that, right? So that's why it's extreme important for any protocol to go through, I think, minimum 3 4 audits, like from good companies, set up the bug bounty, so that again, uh, after doing all these processes, all these companies are trying to minimize the risk of hacks, right? No one is giving you guarantee not going to be hacked, because this space is still very very new, that I feel. And we have seen, I think, like 1 2 month back only, the hack of Bybit, and last week, I think, in India there's one exchange got hacked for $40 million, right? So just assume this is just a single bug can cause 100 million, $600 million hacks. So that's why security is extremely important, because here you're playing with code, and code is directly money here. That's why
I
it's
can
very
see.
important.
Thank you, thank you. I can see that security is so important for any like
Yep.
Web3 project and product. And in terms of the Vietnamese blockchain industry, it's the first time being in Vietnam. So how do you think about the blockchain Vietnam industry?
Yeah, it's a very very good, I think, we have good partners like you guys, site C. We hosted good events, we exploring the Vietnamese market. Even we have, I think, a good number of clients from Vietnam, like our checking our database, how many clients we have. And it's a very, one thing I like about Vietnamese market is the good protocols, like the Axie Infinity, the Kyber network, the Ronin network. And I was fan of the way Axie Infinity scale their product, right? So there is good protocols are there, the good founders are there, and I think there is some right chain good protocols are there. So I'm, as a company, we are quite bullish on the Vietnamese market, and we are trying to expand more, meet more builders, how we can, if they are building something new in the Web3 space, how we can secure their journey, help them building the secure protocols.
In terms of the like Southeast Asia market, how do you compare Vietnamese market compared to other countries in Southeast Asia?
Okay, yeah. So I'm very very new to Southeast Asia market. As I mentioned, this is my first trip to Vietnam. But I like to be. I don't have much data about it. Like this is the best market. But as much as I explored the Vietnamese market, I like the good number of protocols are there. And I think I like about the some other Southeast countries also, like Malaysia is good. They having good protocols like virtuals, CoinGecko and everyone. So I think Southeast Asia is a overall is a very good market. Good founders are there. And yeah, the interesting thing about is some of my good friends from US, Europe, they're shifting to Southeast Asia. They love the vibe there, right? And new protocols and new founders are coming, and the decent crowd is there, retail crowd is there, so they are very bullish in Southeast Asia market.
Okay, so lastly, is there any message you want to deliver to the developer in Web3, also the user?
Okay, I think in the developer, I have one message, right? Take security very seriously. I was just reading one hack about CoinDCS, that happened 2 weeks back. So again, the attack was on the security person indirectly via social engineering. So I would suggest, like any developer, if you're building anything and if you have a responsibility in the company, you should take security very very seriously. Don't think about, hackers are not going to come towards us because we are a small company, because hackers are mostly targeting the companies that are having TVL $5 to $10 million, because they are maybe only audited by one companies, and there is code is not battle tested, right? So, and that's the right sport to hack, right? I suggest the initial developers, write the secure code, use any AI audit tool, so that you can find the initial vulnerabilities, and then go with any auditing companies.